How's it going, everyone? Got a few PlayStation updates to go over in this video. A bit of an update on the PlayStation Plus titles that are leaving in the month of December. Honestly, in comparison to some of the recent months, this is very tame as far as games getting pulled. We've seen months where the game lineup got absolutely massacred. I'm talking about the PS Plus Extra game lineup. Nothing too insane. Still some notable stuff, don't get me wrong, and hopefully December will also offer us a solid replenishment of the titles, but comparatively to the months where we saw like the entire Kingdom Hearts franchise get pulled, Red Dead Redemption get pulled, Red Dead Redemption 2 that is, this is nothing, so that's actually kind of a good thing. And we'll talk a game that I personally am excited for in 2025 getting its release date. Might be me being a little bit too optimistic in this case, but Bleach getting a top-level video game I think is quite exciting, and we have a release date for Bleach Rebirth of Souls. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But first of all, a bit of an update on the games getting pulled from PS Plus in December. We know that now NASCAR Heat 5 will also be getting pulled, and they already had rounded up the games that were gonna get pulled, but we'll go over that again. But NASCAR Heat 5 has been added to the lineup, so that game is going to get pulled as well. But then come December, here is the lineup of games that are getting pulled. So you've got Metal Hellsinger, Solstice, Vampire the Masquerade of New York, Mega Man 11, Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2, you've got Judgment on both PS4 and PS5 getting pulled. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins is getting pulled. Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide Definitive Edition, Moonscars, Grime Definitive Edition, Tinykin, Prodeus, Gigabash, Evil Genius 2, and NASCAR Heat 5 is the roster of games getting pulled from PS Plus Extra. I know a lot of you guys signed up to Plus Extra, or some of you guys signed up to Plus Extra recently with the discount. The discount wasn't that great, but still getting Plus discounted at all is always going to draw people into the service. Just be mindful of the fact that if you got Plus Extra or Plus Premium, the games are in a rotating cycle. Generally speaking, the first-party games are mostly safe. They should be safe altogether, but PlayStation is whack, and they pulled their own first-party titles. How a subscription service works is Sony and PlayStation signs licensing deals with third-party publishers to get their games on the service. After a set period of time, generally speaking, it's a year, but sometimes it'll vary from publisher to publisher. But after that window expires, they come back to the table, they can renegotiate to keep that game on the service, but most of the times the game leaves the service, and then you will have publishers that seem to have other form of agreements with Sony where games will come in and out all the time. Ubisoft has games coming in and out. Rockstar has games coming in and out as well. And Rockstar titles are usually for a shorter window of time. Like GTA 5 has come in and out of PlayStation Plus multiple times at this point, I believe. But nevertheless, Sony is also in the position of they do pull their first-party titles from their service, especially when it comes to promoting upcoming releases like Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. They pulled Horizon Zero Dawn months before Zero Dawn Remastered dropped. They pulled Horizon Forbidden West recently. They pulled Spider-Man Game of the Year edition prior to Spider-Man Remastered coming out as a standalone buyable title on PlayStation Store. They're a little bit crafty with it, you know. Normal people, a lot of people don't pick up on the little things that Sony does, but you know, I'm a little bit of a hawk, and I definitely do notice Sony being a little bit crafty, and when I say crafty, being a little bit sly with how they operate. But the recent months, PS Plus Extra has just been getting killed from a third-party standpoint. A lot of it has become from the standpoint of Square Enix pulling their games because they had a lot of value in Plus with the classic Final Fantasy titles like Star Ocean, Kingdom Hearts. All of their notable franchises were in PS Plus Extra. Look at the Square Enix offerings now on Plus Extra. You got Crisis Core in there, which is nice, but Stranger of Paradise is getting pulled. And what you got left from them is really, I believe, Crisis Core and Final Fantasy VII Remake, I believe, is still in there. Titles that you probably should check out prior to mid-December coming up. Metal Hellsinger is a pretty good time. Solstice is a lower budget action title. Mega Man 11, I mean, I'm a sucker for the Mega Man games. You guys know how I feel about that. Legacy Collection 1 and 2 if you want a bit of a throwback. Judgment is awesome, but yeah, you could get through the game within the time period that you have, but it's going to be a little bit of a doozy to get through it by the end. Stranger of Paradise, another game that you could get through. Dead Island Riptide, like, whatever. Moonscars, Grime, Tiny Kid Prodeus, Gigabash, Evil Genius 2, and NASCAR Heat 5. Again, this is not the massacre that we've seen in recent months, and honestly, it's fairly tame, all things considered. But there you go with that, with NASCAR Heat 5 getting added to the lineup, and if any more games get added, we'll be sure to let you guys know. Moving on from that, here's a bit of news that I personally am super excited for, and maybe I am being a total sucker by being excited for this, but Bleach Rebirth of Souls is launching March 21st of 2025. Bleach is an IP that over the last couple of years has really been revitalized. Ever since 1000 Year Blood War started, the anime came back in, I think that was 2022. Yeah, 2022 was part 1. Part 2 aired in 2023, and part 3 is, I believe, in the midst of airing right now. I'm not fully caught up with it. I read 1000 Year Blood War when it came out as a manga, but watching the anime, like what I've seen thus far of the anime has been tremendous. It's just, you know, watching 13 episodes, then it going on a long break. That's not the style I usually like to go with. I like the episodes to come out and then just watch it in one go. I was watching part 1 and most of part 2 as it was airing, but part 3 I'll probably wait for it to finish and then I will jump back into it. But as far as the anime gaining a lot of steam, yeah, it has had a lot of steam, and with that, I was always of the mindset that, hey, Bleach deserves a top-level video game, and when I say top-level, I'm not saying that it has to be the biggest budget video game in the world, but a game that they actually put some effort into, and it looks like we're getting that with Rebirth of Souls. Now, Bleach Soul Resurrection did come out on the PS3, and I thought that game was really, really solid. The thing with this is it's a Bandai Namco fighting game. We've seen how they turned out. The Naruto Storm games are generally good. Obviously, Sparking Zero is very, very good. You know, the My Hero Academy game I thought was fine. And then we do have the Jujutsu Kaisen game, which I legitimately believe is, if not the worst, one of the worst games of 2024. That game is a literal abomination, and they priced that game at $60. So, Bleach Rebirth of Souls is coming out March 21st. It's going to be one of the early 2025 titles. Thank the high heavens that they avoided February, because I just, you know, the people that are into Bleach are gonna check this game out regardless, but just from a selfish standpoint, like, brothers, I gotta play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I gotta play Assassin's Creed Shadows, I gotta play Avowed, I gotta play Daybreak 2, I gotta play Monster Hunter Wilds. I ain't trying to play Bleach in February as well. Let's get Bleach out in March, and from my selfish standpoint, works a lot better for me, so I am very, very happy about that. It is Bandai Namco, so you know that there's going to be a plethora of editions. You got the standard edition at $60. That will get you a copy of the game, and the pre-order bonus of the 1000 Year Blood War, Toshiro Hitsugaya, and Yoruichi's outfits will be there, the costume sets. Digital Deluxe Edition, you're taking it up to $85. A copy of the game, 4 additional playable characters, 7-day early access for downloadable content carriers, which is a new gimmick I've noticed fighting games do with their season passes and whatnot. 2-type Soul Crystal set 1, Attack Soul Crystal, Defense Soul Crystal, and 2-type Soul Crystal set 2. And then you do have the $100 digital Ultimate Edition. That includes everything outlined in the previous edition, the Digital Deluxe. You'll also get the 2-type Soul Crystal set 3, Attack Soul Crystal and Defense Soul Crystal, 1000 Year Blood War costume set, and Rebirth of Souls costume set. So really some superfluous, you know, in-game items and cosmetics and things of that nature. But with the Digital Deluxe, you do get the 4 additional playable characters. We'll see what those characters end up being. I just hope Bleach Rebirth of Souls is decent. Like, I'm not expecting something blow away. Have a decent campaign offering, have some good, competent gameplay, have some slick presentation, boom, you're good. Not asking for the world out of Rebirth of Souls. My expectations are so low after playing the JJK game. I already know what to expect out of the Dragon Ball game offerings, the Naruto game offerings. I know those are gonna have some effort put behind them. With Bleach, I really don't know where it lies in terms of how much effort is gonna be put into it. Camsoft is a fairly talented studio, so hopefully they do a good job with it altogether. And I think Bleach is one of those IPs, man, there's so much momentum behind it, but there was momentum with JJK as well. So, you know, JJK is not my favorite anime ever. I'm a little bit biased with Bleach, and I can definitely assess that there's a lot of momentum with Bleach, and I feel like it would do them a lot of good to drop something of quality. But again, there was momentum with JJK, and I know that anime has a strong following as well, and they put out an absolute, I'm not gonna get too mean, but let's be real, that JJK game left a lot to be desired. I just hope Bleach gets a better outing. That's all I want. March 21st for that. But that'll do it for me. Again, a bit of an update on the Plus games leaving in December, so be on the lookout for that and play any of those games if you are interested with your Plus Extra subscription. And Bleach Rebirth of Souls will be launching March 21st. Pre-orders are live right now, $60, not a $70 game, which I do think is ideal. I think $70 would be a bit much, but you know, they're doing their Ultimate Editions and their Digital Deluxe Editions, so that's just something you gotta expect with fighting games these days. That'll do it for me. All of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.